Welcome to South Harmon. Welcome to South Harmon. Hey, welcome to South Harmon. We glad you here today. Another AMA. Ask me anything. Super chat is cool if you wanna pay to play. Like and subscribe, that's what we really appreciate. Let me introduce you to the tear down king. Mike McNutted, ask your questions, he'll answer anything. ATM, you know Adam, put them graphics on the screen. Glad you tapped in now, stay tapped in for the team. Hey, everything is posted. Go follow the socials. South Harmon FF tag us if we get noticed. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today. Another AMA. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today.
All right, there we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into another edition of the Start Sit Show here on South Harmon. I am Eric Vanek and joined by T-Rock once again. T-Rock, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, man, I'm excited for this week. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, doing good. Week 11, not too many injuries, as you can see from the little ticker below. So that's always a good news. We don't have a lot of guys that are out, which being week 11 and we only have, a couple guys out is really nice. So looking forward to that. Got a couple good games on today. Your Ravens and Steelers are a big AFC North showdown this week. So that should be a good game. Got a couple other good games on tap, man. So yeah, looking forward to it too.
Yeah, I'm pretty freaking excited for it.
Yeah. What's your favorite game of the day other than Ravens and Steelers, obviously?
Oh, man, that's a good question. Let me take a look at some of these games.
Probably Chiefs Bills.
Yeah, that one's going to be a good one. Probably actually my favorite one that I'm looking forward to is Bengals and Chargers, seeing Joe Burrow, continue to light it up. But I've been loving watching Harbaugh and what he's been doing with the Chargers. And it's one of the higher point totals for today. We also got a good one with the Seahawks and 49ers. So some really good games today.
Yeah. I think Atlanta and Denver is going to be a good game too.
Yeah, that one's going to be awesome as well. See if Denver keep it up.
Yeah, Denver's a pretty tough team at home, so that'll be interesting. But let's start. Got some questions going in the chat. If you guys have any start sit questions, make sure you post them up in the chat there. We will go over them throughout the show here. And then if you have something that's dire need, super chat us. We'll be able to get that to you.
Yeah.
As I almost sneeze. Okay, here we go. John's got one for us to start. Dowdle or ETN with no Bigsby, full PPR, start 8. Who you got on that one?
I have Dowdle 2 spots ahead of ETN. We got the message earlier this week that Dowdle is going to be the workhorse. I don't think they're going to be effing around anymore on that end. And ETN has just not looked that great, at all this season. So I'm going to go with Dowdle slightly ahead of ETN.
I think I'm going to go with ETN in full PPR. I just think with no Bigsby out there, Mac Jones in there, he's going to have to try and get the ball out quickly. So I could see ETN ending up with 4 or 5 catches and all that. So I think I'm going to go ETN slightly on this one. So not much helps you on that one, John. But I think PPR, you lean ETN because Dowdle's not really a pass catcher, even though he does catch some passes. That's kind of where I would lean. But if you think Dowdle gets more of a workload, then I'm good with that too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Got a bunch of guys saying hello. Hello, everybody. All right, Flowsaurus, here we go. 4 point for passing touchdown. Pick 2. He's going with Geno, Rush, Stroud, or Stafford. He's leaning the first 2. So who do you got there?
So I have Russ at 11. I have Geno at 14. I have Stafford at 17. And Stroud, I have him at 7. So I would go Stroud and Russ.
I think that's where I'm leaning to. I think I'm going to go Stroud and Russ. I think Stroud's getting Nico back. He's going to want to get Nico going.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tank Dell's there too. So And Dallas is like terrible in the secondary. So I think I'm going to go Stroud on Monday Night Football. I think he's going to want to put on a show. And I think this Ravens and Steelers game could be really high scoring. And Russ with those moon balls, I mean, Russ has just been playing great lately. So I think I'm going to go Russ and Stroud too.
Yeah, and Vegas thinks that the Ravens Steelers game is going to be a high point total as well. They're tied with the Seahawks and 49ers for the most points this week in a game. So I would go with those two really great matchups with those secondaries being as bad as they are.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. All right, here we go. Cootie's got one for us. Grossest choice: Mac Jones or Cooper Rush. Yeah,
man, again? Didn't he do this last week too?
Yeah, I think is this just orphan it? Yeah, just quit mid-season and orphan it.
Yeah, I would go Mac Jones. I mean, I think he scored one more point than Cooper Rush. Actually, no, Cooper Rush, didn't he get negative points last week?
Yeah.
He did not do good. Yeah, just go with Mac Jones again, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Mac Jones. Cooper Rush could get benched again, and it's a really likely thing that's gonna happen. I think Mac Jones, even though he was so shitty last week, he still played the whole game. So I guess that's your one thing. And then with Jacksonville probably going to be down the whole game, they're going to have to throw. So I'm going to go with Mac Jones as well.
Yeah, it was kind of disappointing. BTJ did not do much last week with Mac Jones, but maybe it's a little bit better this week.
Yeah, I get you. All right, Double D's got one. He's got Cousins, Rodgers, or Winston. Pick one, 6 point per passing touchdown, -1 for interception.
Okay, so Cousins, where do I have him? I have Cousins at 20. I think it's going to be really tough against Denver today. Rodgers, I have at 19, so I have him right ahead of him. And then Winston, where do I have Winston at? I have him at 15, so I'd go Winston Rodgers.
Okay. I think I'm with you on that. I think I would go Winston and Rodgers as well. Cousins on the road against Denver. I don't love it. Rodgers is at least at home. And then Winston, revenge game against the Saints, coming to rip their hearts out, hopefully.
Yeah.
No. Hopefully they lose so we can get a better draft pick. Anyways, that -1 interception kind of makes me lean towards Winston too, because even if he throws 4 or 5 interceptions, it doesn't matter that much. Yeah. So I think I go Winston and Rodgers as well.
Yeah, Winston too.
Yep. He's got one. That's a 12-team start 12 with mid activity here, hence the ugliness. That was for the Mac Jones question. Makes sense. All right, Dr. B's got one. P. Ryan or I'm guessing Antonio Gibson.
P. Ryan. Let me see. I just like saying that. I have P. Ryan at 40. I have Gibson at 50. So I'm going to go with P. Ryan.
Yeah, I'm going P. Ryan easy. He's at least catching some balls. He'll get you like 5 points. Gibson, I don't even know if he gets you at 5 points. So he's been benched behind Michael Hasty. Yeah, so it's easy P. Ryan for me. And I think in a game where the Chiefs are going to have to throw a little bit, I could see P. Ryan, getting a little more work there. So I think that one's pretty easy for me.
Is what's his face back at running back yet? Pacheco?
No, he's out this week. He's gonna play next week.
Okay, gotcha.
Frostbane's got one. Need one in PPR with a 0.5 tight end premium. Lockett, Pittman, or Ferguson.
Okay, I got Lockett at 45. I got Pittman at 47, and then let me see where I got Fergie. How did he do last week with Cooper Rush?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I got, let me take a look real quick. Which way are you leaning while I look that up?
So I'm thinking about, man, it's tough. I don't really love Pittman with Richardson back in there. So it's between Lockett and Ferguson for me. I think I'm going to go Lockett.
Yeah, I just looked at what Ferguson did. He was the tight end 34. He got 4 catches for 24 yards. So
yeah,
I'm just gonna go with Lockett.
Yeah, I'll go Lockett. He's got the best passing quarterback of that group, so I'm gonna go Lockett.
Yeah.
All right, we got a super chat from Jay. Jay, appreciate you, buddy. In a 2 PPR, no tight end premium, would I be wrong to start Bowers or Tyreek?
I don't think you would be wrong. It's just him and Jacoby Myers there, and even though, Tyreek has been playing all season, has been gutting through that wrist injury and having Tua back, it might still take a couple more weeks for, Tua's just missed so much time. I just think everything's out of sync. I'm just gonna go with Bowers over Tyreek Hill.
I think I would go Tyreek. I think Tyreek is set up here for a pretty decent game. He's fully healthy. Practiced Friday. Wasn't on the injury report or anything like that, even with the wrist injury. So Tyreek against the Raiders. They're at home in Miami. I think Tyreek, he's due for a big day, man. So I'm going Tyreek here personally.
All right. Good luck with that, Jay.
Yeah. All right. Michael's got one for us here. Start 3 for a flex, 1 PPR, 2 points for tight ends. Andrews, Higgins, Hopkins, Lamb, Metcalf, Josh Jacobs. So which 3 are you starting there with these settings?
Oh man, it's my dude, Mr. Fox. How are you doing, man? Let me see where I got Andrews. Andrews, I have at 7, so that's for the tight end. For Josh Jacobs, let me see where I got him at. I have him at 16. And then for the wide receivers, oh man, T I have at 20. I have Hopkins at 25. I have Lamb at 15, but then I heard that he's questionable. What's going on with him? Do you know what's going on with CD?
He went on the injury report yesterday with the shoulder, so we'll see what his injury status is. But
okay, so I'm gonna play Metcalf. I'm gonna play. Man, I don't know about what I'm gonna do with Lamb then. Especially if Trey Lance comes into the game. I don't know. I feel like you kind of have to play him. What do you think about CeeDee Lamb?
I mean, I don't think you have to play him if you have like options like this. I think for me, Higgins is off my list. I'm not trusting him off of an injury. I never do. He's such a pussy.
Yeah, but did you see him sprint into practice the other day? He looks pretty good now.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get hurt again doing that. I still don't trust him. So I think I'm going to go Josh Jacobs for 1. Josh Jacobs has been really consistent this year.
Okay.
I think he has a good spot at a touchdown when they're a favorite today. So I think Jacobs is 1. I kind of like Mark Andrews today, especially with this 2 points for reception as well. So I think I'm leaning Jacobs. Andrews, and Hopkins.
Okay. I'm going to go with Metcalf. I know he's coming off of an injury, but I'm going to go with Metcalf. I'm going to go with T. And I'm going to go with Andrews as well. So we're both on Andrews. I mean, it's, a rival game. He usually shows up during those. So,
yeah. Okay. That's what we got there for you. So I got Andrews, Jacobs, and Hopkins, and you had Andrews, Metcalf, and Lamb?
And no, T. Higgins, actually.
T. Higgins. Okay. All right. So he's going with T. Higgins. He's not worried. I'm scared to death because that guy has fucked me way too many times in the past.
Yeah, it's a tough spot.
All right, Jen has one. Tillman or JSN. I'm also starting Geno and DK. I need to make up 33 points from Barkley. So this is easy JSN. You have the whole stack. You might as well go with everybody because if you're behind that much. So you just go with JSN. Easy.
Yeah. I do have Tillman ahead at 23. I have JSN at 27. But with the stack, it's just like it's close enough that I would go with, especially with that point total too, with San Francisco and Seattle. So I would go with Jason as well.
Yep, you're hoping for the Seahawks today, so I like that one.
Are you at all worried about with DK Metcalf back in the lineup? I mean, he scores like quite a bit less when DK is back in the lineup.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, as long as he gets me 10, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Hey guys, start Geno Smith or Drake May. Thanks. Who do you got between Geno and Drake May this week?
That's a very good question. I have Drake May at 13. I have Gino at 14. So I
Okay.
have Drake May right ahead of Gino.
Okay. I mean, Geno Smith leads a lot of the, passing categories, so I like that. Drake, I just don't trust any of his receivers yet, man. Even though he's at home today, I think I'm gonna go Geno. I like Geno a little bit better in this matchup.
It's got the
Coming off of
rushing
a bye
upside though
too.
too.
Yeah, I think Geno coming off of a bye though too. Like maybe they have some stuff for San Francisco, something prepared for them, even though they really know each other. I think I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with Geno off of a bye.
Yeah.
All right. A lot of T. Higgins laughing emoji. I like that. John. So should I start Andrews over Lamb or Jaden Reed? Same team. AJ only got me 11. Non-tight end premium 1 point PPR.
I am not doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. If there was a tight end premium, even like a 1.5, I might lean Andrews over Lamb. But I think I just go Lamb and Reed in this one.
Yeah, I have both of them back to back, Reed and Lamb, 14 and 15. So like I'm not playing a tight end over a potential
Yeah,
wide receiver one this week.
yeah, I agree with you. Michael gave a super chat. His first super chat ever goes to you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it,
Oh,
Michael.
that was very kind of you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Bryce has one. London or Reed in PPR?
So I just said I had Reed at 14, London, I have at 9. So I'm going to go. I know he's
Wow.
got the tougher matchup with Sertan, but it's not going to be all Sertan on him. I mean, Mooney also lines up on the outside as well.
Well,
So,
there's two outside spots.
yeah, but there's only one Sertan, though. So you can't
Yeah.
cover both at the same time.
I
So,
think Sertan locks on the London, so I've benched London in some leagues today, actually, in some leagues where I have some better good options. So I'm going Jaden Reed for me, pretty easy on this one, just matchup based.
okay.
Put that one on the sheet.
Oh, yeah.
Other league, he has London or JSN in PPR as well. Would you go JSN over London?
No, absolutely not. I have Reed quite far ahead of JSN, just for the reasons I said. DK Metcalf's back into the game, and it's hard to determine. That's one of the things I'm going to look into in the next week or two is ambiguous wide receiver rooms like Green Bay, like Atlanta. Sometimes it's difficult to figure out who's going to be the wide receiver one in Green Bay, but I'm looking for Jaden Reed this week.
Yeah, I think on this one I would go London. If DK was out and it was just JSN and Lockett, I would probably go JSN here. But
Yeah,
with DK back and his numbers without, with DK in the lineup are a little tough. So I think I'm gonna go London on this one.
yeah, right there with you.
Slashy has one for us. I need to sit one of Flowers, Tyreek or Ken Walker in PPR.
Man,
Interesting.
yeah. So I have Ken Walker as my 11th running back. I have Zay as my 13th wide receiver, and I have Tyreek as my 7th wide receiver. Man, it was tough seeing Flowers get almost nothing last week with all those points being scored.
Yeah.
I have to hope for a bounce back game this week. I know I just said I had Tyreek ahead of Flowers, but it's hard to sit Zay and Kenneth Walker. Maybe the play is to sit Kenneth Walker. Which way are you leaning?
I think in a PPR league, I'm going to play the two receivers. I'm going to go Flowers and Tyreek. I'm going to sit Ken Walker in this one. Even though Walker has been getting a lot more catches this year, I just don't love the matchup against San Francisco.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Tyreek, who I think has a really good matchup, and Flowers. I agree that he should have a bounce back game.
Yeah, and the Seahawks offensive line's been pretty bad this year. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with you, Flowers and Tyreek this week. But it is hard to sit Walker. I like him so much.
All right, the Smitty has one for us. I'm 4-6. I need to win out for the playoffs. 2-quarterback league, Superflex, May or Stafford, and then the other one start 2 of Ramondre, Chase Brown, or David Montgomery. Who do you got on those two?
So I'm going to go with May over Stafford. I know it's tough because he's got both of his wide receivers back with Puka and Cup. But I just like May's rushing upside. I mean, he's still getting it done even despite, the weapons that he has and stuff like that. And who are the Patriots playing? They're playing
The
the
Rams.
Rams. So they're going up against each other. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still going to go with May over Stafford.
Okay. And then how about the other question? Start 2 of those.
Ramondre, I have at 20. I have Chase Brown at 15. And I have Monty at 13. So I'm going to go with Monty and Chase Brown ahead of Ramondre Stevenson.
Yep, I'm with you on that. Chase Brown and Monty for me as well. And then I'm going to go Stafford just because he's got Puka and Cooper Cup there. He should have some big games with those guys. So you're getting all those stats that Cooper Cup and Puka are getting attached to Stafford. So I think I'm going to go Stafford on this one, especially the Patriots. Pass D hasn't been that good this year either.
Yeah.
So I think those are the 2 I'm leaning.
Alrighty.
All right. Johnny has one. Start 2. Goff, Herbert, Jameis Winston.
I have Goff and Herbert quite ahead of Winston today. I know it's a revenge game. I know that we're excited for see him back in New Orleans, but I'm Goff and Herbert. I know Goff threw 5 interceptions last week. That's not going to happen again. So let's just go with Herbert.
Yeah, my only fear with Goff is they get up so much to where he just doesn't play a lot in the second half or has to throw a lot in the second half. So that's my only worry, but I think I'm with you. I think I go Goff and Herbert and just hope Goff, the early touchdowns are passing touchdowns instead of rushing ones.
They do have the 3rd highest point total, Jaguars and Lions. So they do project a lot of points. I don't think it's all going to be just the running backs. I have Amon-Ra St. Brown also very high this week.
I think Amon-Ra's had a touchdown 8 straight games or something. It's something crazy.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
So I'm going to go Goff Herbert as well. All right, Bruce has one. Estime or Demarcus Robinson for the Rams in a PPR league.
Okay, so I have Estime at 26, and I have Robinson at 57. Man, because Peyton was saying last week too that he was just going with the hot hand by sitting.
Well,
Javonte.
they said last week was Estime was going to be the guy going forward, and that's how it worked out. So
yeah, but he got 14-1 rushing attempts compared to Javonte. I'm just wondering if Javonte just gets a little bit more than freaking 1 carry.
I think they're done with Javonte, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think he's just out there for passing, 3rd down blocking, and shit like that. So I'm going Estime here for me.
Yeah. All right. Let's go with Estime. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I like him at home. I think Denver wins that game today. So I'm going to go Estime. I mean, I could see Robinson, he gets that sneaky 1 touchdown. It seems like every other week. So I could see it, but I think I'm going to lean Estime on this one. I got a good feeling on him today.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right. Jason's got one. Pick 2 running backs, full PPR. Cook, Jacobs, Swift, Harris, ETN without Bigsby. Which 2 running backs are you going with there in full PPR?
I'm going to go with, let me see, Cook. I have him at 17. I have Jacobs at 16. So those guys are back-to-back. Swift, 19. And yeah, I'm just gonna go with Cook. I'm just gonna go with those 2 first guys he's got right there, Cook and Jacobs.
Yeah, I think I'm the same with you. Cook and Jacobs for me. Swift, I don't trust. Harris has been doing really good, but it is Baltimore who's really good against stopping the run, so I don't love that. ETN, I just can't really trust over Cooks or Jacobs, so I'm gonna go Cook and Jacobs as well. Agree with you.
Yeah.
Gooner, ETN or ETN, Estime or Odunze, half PPR.
I can't believe this. This is crazy. But they did fire their OC last week or this week. Sometimes the team, they get a little bit revitalized when that kind of stuff happens and there's a coaching changeup. I'm going to go with Rome ahead of Estime, but I don't
I
know.
think half PPR. I'm gonna go Estime here. Go with
Okay.
the running back. Yep. Gooner has another one. Hunter Henry or Taysom Hill in half PPR.
Hunter Henry, I have at 11. Taysom Hill, I have at 10. They're back to back for me. Where are you leaning? Maybe you can help me out with that one.
Taysom Hill, he's playing the Browns. Easy.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, realistically, Hunter Henry, like he's been pretty good with May at times, and he's also had a couple duds.
Yeah.
I think Taysom Hill could definitely get a touchdown today. If I think of the two guys who can get me the touchdown, I think it's Taysom Hill. So I'm gonna go Taysom.
Yeah, and also too, they're without Kendra Miller and Jamal Williams.
Yeah,
So it's
so-
going to be him and Kamara. They
Yeah.
are running the ball. So yeah, go with Taysom Hill, man.
Okay. Start one in PPR. Keenan, Elijah Moore, or MVS? Our first MVS question. What do you got?
Geez. Keenan, I have at 41. Marquez, I have at 49. And then who was the other one?
Elijah
Moore. Elijah Moore at 48. So I'm going to go with Keenan Allen. Yeah, I'm just hoping that they turn things around.
I think I'm going to go Elijah Moore. I like him a little bit better in this matchup today in the slot. I don't think the Saints really have a good slot corner here. So I'm going to go Elijah Moore over both of these guys. I can't trust MVS. Like, best ball, sure. If I have to pick in a lineup, no way. Not a chance.
That was his best game of his entire career. So that's not going to ever happen.
I don't know that was the best game of his career, but it was pretty close.
No, I looked it up. Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was. 2 touchdowns and over 100. Yeah.
J-Dub has one. Butte or Elijah Moore, full PPR.
Butte, I have at 61, so I'm going to go with Elijah Moore ahead of him.
Yeah, I'm going to go Elijah as well. Even though Butte's playing all the snaps and all that, I still don't trust him. I'm going to go Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
Mike's got one for us again. Judy or Lamb in standard scoring? I think I'm going Lamb still.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Lamb. Jerry Judy just offers 0 upside. So.
Okay. Dell or Judy? I'm afraid of Josh Downs. So of those three, which one would you pick? Dell, Judy, Josh Downs.
Dell. Yeah,
I'm going pretty easy Downs. Dell as well. Yeah, Dell Monday night. Go with the fizzle rule. Go with the late night guy. So go with the latest guy Monday. Go and take Dell.
Yeah.
Michael's got one more. Last one. PPR. Sutton or Metcalf on this one? Who do you got there?
I have Metcalf well ahead of Sutton. Metcalf I have as a top 12 this week.
Interesting. Okay.
Got the high point total coming off of a bye.
Yeah, Sutton's been doing pretty damn good too, and he's at home. I think I'm gonna go Sutton on this one.
All right.
I like what Sutton's been doing lately. Metcalf, like we said, coming off of the injury, should be fine. Coming off of a bye too, so I'm not worried too much about the injury. I just think Sutton has a better game personally.
He's been ultra consistent. He's been wide receiver 22 on 17 usage. So he's been really, really pretty great.
Yeah. All right. Tunchi's got one for us. This is gross, but Algier or Braylon Allen, half PPR.
So I have Algier at 31, and I have Braylon Allen at 39. So I'm going to go with Algier.
Yeah, they haven't really been using Braylon Allen that much, so Algier gets more usage. I'm just going to go with that. Just hope he falls in the fucking end zone. That's about it.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of Fizz, who we trusted? Tyreek, CD, London, Tyreek. Easy for me. Easy.
Oh, man. This is tough. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with what I got in my rankings. I got Tyreek right ahead of Drake London, and then CD further down.
Yeah, you're way too high in London.
Well, we shall see.
All right, Flosaurus, 1 PPR, Dawson Knox or Komet. This one's easy for me. Let's see what you pick.
I have Knox at 14. I have Komet at 19. So
Perfect. You're the man. Dawson Knox it is. Yeah, I'm firing up Knox with no Dalton
yeah,
Kincaid today. Komet is way too goddamn inconsistent. It's so hard to start that guy. One
yeah,
week he's got 2 touchdowns, the next week he goes 0 for 0. So it's like you can't pick. So I'm gonna go Knox.
yeah. He hasn't done shit in like a month. It's more
Yes,
like
since that London game where he had the 2 touchdowns, he has not done anything.
yeah,
I
nothing
don't even
since
know if
then.
he has 100 combined yards since then, to be
Does
honest.
he still play for the Bears? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So
All right, Connor has one for us. Pick one flex in a PPR league. Rico Dowdle, Audric Estime, Taysom Hill, Ricky Pearsall.
okay. Let me see where I have Ricky Pearsall because I got Rico at 22, and then I got Estimate even further down at 26. Ricky Pearsall, and also too looks like what's his face is not playing. George
Yeah,
Kittle
Kittle.
today.
Yep.
I have Ricky at 40, so it's kind of between Ricky Pearsall and Taysom Hill for me.
Okay.
Taysom Hill I have at 10. Which way are you leaning between?
I'm leaning Pearsall without Kittle. I think Pearsall had a good game last week. I think it was 4 for 73 and a touchdown. So they're giving him the ball down the field too. He's
Yeah,
really like, I mean, Jennings can go downfield. Debo's, the underneath. He's not really too much that deep threat guy. Pearsall can do the deep stuff too. So
yeah.
I like Pearsall in this one. On this question, I'm gonna go Pearsall.
I'm gonna be right there with you. He's
Okay.
just one of my favorite players coming out of the draft. So yeah, let's go with Pearsall.
Okay. Lance has one. PPR: Brian Thomas Jr., Rome Odunze, or Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, I was saying it earlier. Brian Thomas was pretty disappointing last week with the QB change. I have him at 31, so I don't feel good about playing him. Roma Dunze, I have at 42 though, and Dowdle, I'll probably play Dowdle. Just I don't know, spreading my picks across all the different ones that we've had today. I'm just gonna go with Dowdle at 22 running back.
I'm gonna go Brian Thomas Jr. on this one. The way the beat Detroit is passing, so I think they're gonna have to pass to keep up. And like you said, the over under is pretty high, so
Yeah,
they're expecting the Jags to score at least a little bit, maybe get to 14, 20 points somewhere in there. So I think they're gonna have to throw it to Brian Thomas Jr. So I'm gonna go with him on this one in a PPR.
yeah, yeah. I think it's tough, and I'm not sure how good that Texas rushing defense is, but they do play on
Mhm.
Monday Night Football, so I guess yeah, I'm just gonna go with the Fizzle, late
Go with the later guy.
game.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. PJ has one for us. Bench one of Hopkins, Dobbins, Higgins, or Tillman. Full PPR. Yeah, obviously, this one's easy for me.
yeah. I'm gonna bench. I know you're gonna bench Higgins, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I have him as a top 20 wide receiver, though. Maybe I'm wrong for doing that.
And that's just personal bias for me. Like I said, Higgins has played and said he was going to play, and then he gets re-injured again. Too many times for me. I just don't trust the guy.
Man,
I'm gonna go. The other three guys are healthy, so
yeah, this is super close, but I am gonna bench Hopkins. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume it's just gonna be Travis Kelce game today. I know that Hopkins has been good, but actually, you know what? I'm just gonna bench Tillman because they're back to back for me, and Hopkins has been so good ever since he's been with KC. Yeah, I'm gonna bench Tillman.
okay. Yeah. So I'm benching Higgins. He's been benching Tillman. All
Yeah.
right. Bruce has one. Thoughts on Winston rest of the season? Should I be picking up DTR as insurance? I would. If you have an open spot, I would pick up DTR as insurance. Yeah. I mean, so just so you have, a quarterback basically. I don't see any problem in that. And I think if it keeps going the way it's going, and the Browns are, 2-10, 2-12 when we get to the end of the season, DTR is definitely coming in because they're gonna want to see what he's got for like a month.
Yeah, I think he could definitely be coming in, but I think he's going to be so bad that it's not going to
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, I don't think
So
it's, but you at least picking it up. You're picking up from an opponent, getting a quarterback, especially if you have an open roster spot. If you got, you're holding Jeffrey Wilson that hasn't been active all fucking year. It seems like, you got a guy like that on your bench. Yeah, I'm picking up DTR easy.
or you could leave him on waivers as a poison pill for your enemy teammate, league mates to pick up. So yeah,
I think it's quarterback though. I don't think you do that with quarterbacks.
yeah.
Just because you get that random Tommy DeVito game where he goes for 3 touchdowns, like DTR could do that too. So
That would be awesome if we get another Tommy DeVito or Jake Browning this year.
you might get Tommy DeVito. That's another guy I would pick up, but that's for a different segment. Pickens, Flowers, Evan Ingram, and a flex. It's a 10-team super flex and want downside protection. So who do you think is your guy here that you're like pretty confident in?
Pickens by a long shot.
Yeah, me too.
They're going up against one of the worst the worst pass defense in the league.
And Ravens. Ross has been just chalking the ball to Pickens. So yeah, I'm going Pickens as well. I agree.
Yeah.
Matt has one for us. Start one, PPR, London, Waddle, Addison, Judy, or Estime.
I'm going to go with London, man. I know that I'm probably overly high on him, but he's just been really, really good this season.
Right.
And those other guys have been terrible. Waddle, Addison, and Judy have been terrible. It's just either Estime or London, I feel like, is the only conversation.
Yeah, it's London or Waddle for me. I think Addison, Judy, Estime, I don't feel as comfortable in. Waddle has the better matchup. London has a really tough matchup. I think I'm going to lean Waddle.
He got 2 catches on the first drive and then got one more catch for the whole rest of the freaking game last week. That was terrible.
Yeah, I think I'm still going to lean Waddle, though. I think it's going to be close, but I think I'm going to go Waddle just because big play upside. It's Vegas, who's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in Miami. So, yeah, give me Waddle.
Alrighty.
All right. Grimy has one for us here. Madison or Worthy in PPR? Ooh.
This is pretty grimy itself. Yeah, this is Madison I have at 27 as far as running backs go. I have Worthy at 46. Worthy has been so bad this season. Matt Harmon just came out with his rookie wide receiver grades, and Worthy was by far the biggest disappointment he's seen this season. Yeah. So I'm not freaking playing him over Madison.
He said this is a 14-team league as well, so I wanted to bring that up. Man, like Madison, they just haven't. They've been going to Zamir White at the goal line, so it's like, what do you get from Madison then? If he's not at the goal line, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, he'll get a couple catches. I don't know. But also on the other side, like Buffalo is really good at stopping like the deep threat wide receivers like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddles. I think I'm going to lean Worthy. Just the game's a higher scoring game. All it takes is one play with Mahomes and Worthy or an end around or something. I'm going to go Worthy just because higher upside there. Madison, I just don't think has any upside.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just getting all the points in between the 20s. That's just all I'm aiming for with Madison there.
Yeah.
And Worthy has, I think, multiple negative point games this season, so I'm not doing that.
Okay. All right. Firefighter has one for us. Lamar or Goff?
Oh, I have Lamar as my QB1. I know they're playing the Steelers, but I'm not playing him over freaking Goff. Yeah.
Yeah, I have this in one of my other leagues too, but I can't sit Lamar. The guy's the MVP right now. So, yeah, I'm going to go Lamar.
Yeah.
Bargustas has one. Super flex spot in a 0.5 PPR. Cooper Rush or David Montgomery?
I think David Montgomery is a lock for at least 10 points. I'm not so sure about Cooper Rush.
Yeah, like usually I would say like 90% of the time, it's usually you go with the quarterback. I think in this case, because there is a legit chance Cooper Rush doesn't even make it to halftime because he gets benched again, I think I'm going to go David Montgomery. But if I knew Cooper Rush was going to play the whole game, I probably would lean Cooper Rush, but I think I'm going to go Montgomery here because they pulled him so quick last week. So I'm going to go Montgomery.
Yeah. Definitely going to be right there with you. And what's his ceiling?
Okay.
Like Cooper Rush's ceiling, it's just like it's not anything good.
Yep. All right, we are out of questions currently, so if you guys have any more questions, please feel free to fire them into the chat. But while we wait for some questions here, T-Rock, let's go. Who do you think your top quarterback is going to be on the week?
So I do have Lamar, and I have Josh Allen right behind them. But Lamar has just been, MVP this whole season. He's been so freaking good. So
I'm gonna go Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy has a big game again.
nice.
I think I had him last week too.
Yeah.
And he had a pretty solid 300+ yard game last week too. So I think I'm gonna go with him again, man. Like he's been hot. McCaffrey's back. They got everybody but Kittle in there. I'm still gonna go Brock Purdy. I think he's gonna have a huge week.
He's my QB4, so I'm expecting a huge week from him as well. I'm kind of sad I didn't put him on the buy list. I was kind of a little bit scared with putting him on there, but he's been playing really, really good. I think he's definitely a buy rest of the season.
All right, here we go. Got another one here from Mr. B. Dynasty, start 11, full PPR, no tight end premium, down bad on bye weeks. Jaleel, Corum, Mason, or Jawan Johnson, yuck.
Yeah, so I have Jaleel at 46. Mason I have at 49. Corum I think is unstartable. I have him at 51. And then Jawan Johnson, I have him. I have him at 22 as far as tight ends go. I think it's a question between Jaleel and Jawan. For me, which way are you leaning?
I'm going Jawan. I don't trust any of those other three. So it's Jawan Johnson, pretty easy for me.
Okay. I'm going to go with Jaleel only because of the no tight end premium. They also have Taysom Hill. They also have Foster Moreau. I think I could completely see it just being Jaleel and Estime as the only two RBs that really get anything. He's got a carved out role as the pass catching back. So.
I think Jaleel would be my second option too. So honestly, it's a coin flip between those two. If you want to go with it, no tight end premium, and that's the reason you want to go Jaleel, I'm fine with that.
Oh man, this next one.
It's trash deep pick of the week. Half PPR, River Craycraft versus Tim Patrick. I think I'm going to go Tim Patrick because I don't even think Craycraft, he's the fifth receiver. They got Odell and Malik Washington ahead of him. So, yeah, Tim Patrick, pretty easy here for me.
Yeah, I thought Craycraft was cut. I was surprised to see his name still pop up. But
he said we nailed Mac Hollins over Tim Jones a few weeks ago. Yeah, I agree with that.
I did not. I unfortunately did not go with you and MD on that. I was sad.
All right, Bruce. Spears or Boutte?
So, Booty I have at 61, and Spears, where do I have him at? Oh, shit, I just had it. I have him at 32. What happened last week? Did Pollard get hurt, and that's why Spears actually ended up having a decent week?
No, Spears just came back was back into the fold. I mean, it was his first game back, so.
Oh, okay.
They want to dial back Pollard a little bit, so Spears is going to get some run.
Yeah, I'm pretty decently high on, with some of the other previous questions, Drake May. And I think that he's got, a little bit of chemistry with Booty. So I'm just going to go with Booty with ahead of Spears. But I could see Spears having a better week.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Boutte as well. I think it's very, very close, but I'll go with Boutte on this one with you. I like that. Stroud was on waivers in my league. Am I crazy for picking him up and starting over Herbert this week now that Nico is back?
They're back-to-back for me. I don't think you would be crazy. I do have Herbert at 6 and Stroud at 7. So if you are feeling good about going with Stroud, go for it. But I'm going to go with Herbert.
I mean, yeah, if you could pick up Stroud and just carry Stroud and Herbert, I think that's fine because Stroud has that week 14 bye, so you could play Herbert then. And just kind of play the matchups week to week with these guys. As far as who I would start this week, I think I would start Stroud slightly above Herbert.
Yeah, I'm the only reason why I'm leaning still a little bit with Herbert is because of the matchup. The Bengals are freaking god
Well,
awful.
Dallas is even more awful.
That's true. They're both really, really bad.
And it's on Monday night. You know Stroud's going to want to show out.
Yeah, Sunday night football.
Yeah, Sunday Night Football too. They don't want to show out. I get it.
I'm just gonna go with the Vegas total. The Bengals and Chargers being higher. I could see the
Okay.
Texans and Cowboys just being an ugly game to watch,
Ugly
but
game, yeah. And
it's
Mixon gets all
close.
the work. I could see it. Yeah.
I don't think you'll be. I don't think
I would pick them up though and just
Yeah,
have them
absolutely.
both block anybody else from getting Stroud. So I like that.
Do you think? I guess with Nico back in, maybe I'm overthinking it. Stroud, if they're back to back, I should just go with Nico and Stroud. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Matt, we just answered his question. He said super flex 6 point per passing touchdown, Stroud or Rogers. Yeah, I'm going Stroud.
Stroud, easily there.
E-Will has one. How do you view making a push this year versus saving first for next? Currently have 5 first spread. 2 early, 1 mid to early, which is his, and 2 late. Debating a push to playoffs, but crusty dudes costing first. I think you can trade, those 2 late first if you need 2 players, and if you can get, let's say you need a running back, go get Derrick Henry. If you need a tight end, go get a Travis Kelce or a George Kittle or somebody like that. I'm totally fine with that because you solidify, that tight end spot, especially the tight end spot. Like you want that advantage over everybody. There's only like 4 or 5 guys. I would add TJ Hawkinson to that list. Maybe go try and get TJ Hawkinson instead. Just because he's a little younger, you can use him for the future. And with Henry, I mean, he's been the RB1 like all year. So
Yeah.
with those 2 late first, I think if somebody gets those late first, they can do that. So that's kind of what I would be trying to do with the late first and keep the 3 early ones if I can.
Yeah. I absolutely love these types of questions. I very much like to play on the safer side. I like to wait until the last possible second to trade first because you just never know with injuries and stuff like that. I would very much like to know where Ewell is in the standings and points for. Like if there's like 3 or 4 juggernaut teams that are ahead of him, and he would have to spend more than 2 firsts, like you were saying, late in order to have a chance, I want to bother doing it because.
Well, it sounds like he's a middle of the pack. If his first is mid to early, I'm guessing he's probably 6 or 7.
Yeah. Next year's class is going to be so freaking good. I mean, you can save, have all 5 firsts next year, and maybe like 2 or 3 of them are next year's worthy or something like that, or they dud out, or like Caleb Williams. But I'm very much for using your assets like first round picks on different types of things. You don't want to spend them all in the draft. So if you can get a really good productive veteran who's going to be good also next year as well, that's just the safer bet to do. So I really like your idea of buying like a Derrick Henry, who is going to be amazing also next year as well.
I think this is also a good question to ask on a team review. So we do have team reviews over at southharmonff.com. You guys can purchase a team review. We can go over your team for you on video, kind of tell you what we would do with your team and any trades, anything like that. So if you guys have any questions like that, definitely check out southharmonff.com. Purchase a team review, and then we could get more in depth and personal with your league, kind of looking at other teams, what we'd trade for, what we would offer, stuff like that. So that would be a good one to maybe do on a team review as well.
Yeah, you and Coop do a great job with those, so they're definitely worth it. You guys should check those out.
Yep. Judy or Lockett in PPR from Dale.
I have Judy ahead of Lockett, but I don't feel good about playing him.
Yeah.
He's significantly ahead of him. I have Judy at 33, I have Lockett at 45, but I just never feel good about playing Judy.
Yeah, so. I don't either. I think I'm going to lean Lockett.
Go with
old vet.
It's just hard though with the trio back in Seattle. I just feel like I have to play Judy because it's either going to be JSN or Lockett that just has a dud game, and yeah.
All right, we're at the 12:50 mark, so we're going to fire through these last couple questions here. Dale has a couple more. Tillman or Elijah Moore, Higgins or Andrews, and a .5.
Tillman easily for me over
Yeah, I agree
DJ
with
Moore.
that. Tillman, yep. And then
Yeah.
Higgins or Andrews. I'm guessing that's a .5 tight end premium. I think I'm going Andrews there.
And I'm going to go Andrews as well.
Okay, so Tillman and Andrews for us.
Yeah.
And then he has Tillman or DJ Moore in PPR. Andrews was the same one. Andrews .5 tight end premium or Higgins. So, I see what he's saying. The last question, he's making that DJ Moore, not Elijah Moore.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tillman over DJ Moore.
Yeah, DJ Moore has been fucking awful. Even with the new coordinator, I can maybe see a slight bump, but Caleb has been fucking terrible. So I'm going to go Tillman and Andrews still, yeah.
Yeah.
Abraham has one for us. What's up, Ridley or Zay this week?
Zay easily for me. I know he had a down week last week, but...
Yeah, Lamar Jackson or Will Levis is basically your question here. So I'm going to go Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
All right. Any more questions, guys? Fireman here. Go ahead. Top running back of the week, who you got? And then we'll do top receiver as well.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I agree. McCaffrey for top running back. How about receiver?
Chase.
You still going Chase? I think I'm going Justin Jefferson this week.
Yeah, it's just sad to see what's his face, Sam Darnold, looking like he's playing for the Jets again. So,
yeah. Here we go from Angel. How does Njoku at tight end and Mark Andrews at flex sound? Have Jordan Addison, Madison, and Cooper on the bench. So Amari Cooper. If the tight end premium is, if it's the tight end premium 1.5 or higher, I think I'm fine with it. I think the only guy I would maybe consider is Cooper, just because Buffalo needs to throw the ball probably a little bit in this game. But I think I'm fine starting Njoku and Andrews here.
Yeah, I have Amari at wide receiver 35, but it's close enough that I kind of just like the tight end stack. It usually works out pretty decently. It's hit for us a couple of weeks.
And then we'll finish off with tight end. Who's your tight end guy of the week?
Kelsey. Yeah, I think that in a must-win game against the Bills, he always goes off against Buffalo.
Kelsey. Yeah, I could see Kelsey. I do like Andrews today. I could see him having a good game. Yeah, there's a couple of guys that are off the radar that I'm surprised we didn't get too many questions on. Dawson Knox, I do like a little bit today without Kincaid.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in a desperate pinch, Brock Wright starting for the Lions. If you're in a desperate pinch, I could see him having an okay game for you.
Yeah.
So, all right, we got three more here, quick ones. Starter sit, Fireball, or 1800 tequila. What do you got there?
I'm gonna start Fireball and then sit 1800. That was a lot of fun when we had that in the draft night. I was sipping on Fireball the whole night. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'll go Fireball. All right, quick ones. Mark Andrews or Pitts?
Andrews.
DJ Moore or Thomas? So I'm going Andrews and Brian Thomas.
Yeah, I'm going Andrews and Brian Thomas as well.
Okay. I'm flexing Andrews and Kelsey in a tight end premium with a 1 point tight end premium. Not a question. Just wanted to say that. Appreciate it. I agree with that. Dobbs, Chubb, ETN. Pick one and one RB and one flex. I think I'm going to go Chubb and ETN.
I'm going to go with Dobbs and Chubb.
Okay. I'm going Chubb, ETN. Theo, starter sit, Mooney, Reed, James Cook, PPR. Who would I sit of this bunch? Ooh. Probably James Cook.
Okay.
Just because that's a tough matchup against Kansas City's run defense.
And I'm going to sit freaking Mooney. Every time I sit Mooney, he always has a good game, though. That's the only tough thing.
Yeah, I probably would go Reed, Mooney, Cook would be my three.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit Mooney, and I'm gonna go with Reed Cook.
Last one, Komet or Jonnu? Jonnu for me, easy.
Yeah, can't play Komet.
Yeah, Komet's been awful lately. So Jonnu's at least been getting the ball quite a bit lately. So I think Miami puts up like 30 plus points on the Raiders today.
CD
All right,
Lamb.
Jose, you snuck it in. Last one at flex. Do I start DJ Moore or CD Lamb? Think I still go CD Lamb.
CD Lamb.
Yep. All right, that is it for this week, guys. We will be back next week for week 12, the week before Thanksgiving. So yeah, that is going to be a fun time. It is crunch time, man. Playoffs are here. Should be a fun week, man. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, lots of wives' teams are on the line. I've been thinking about that one guy's team all damn week who we told him to play like Bigsby over Tyreek Hill. He had such a tough week, but yeah. We've been
that might be why he's not on. He's got his internet cut. He got kicked out of the house.
But yeah, I have so much fun doing this with you, Evie, and all these people that come in and tap in. So we try to do our best for them. I'm going to go with Andrews over Hawk there on that last one.
I'm going Hawkinson. Easy for me over Andrews.
Actually, yeah, you know what? Hawkinson over Andrews. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's it for this week, guys. Appreciate it. We will see you next week for week 12. Good luck.
Yep. See you guys.